Well, example 4b is going to be a little more difficult than 4a. So what you have to do on 4b is, since you are given a -1 and a 2 plus I, or if you have imaginary roots, you always have to have a second, right? They come in pairs. So we also have a 2 minus I. So make sure you write small so you can do all this. So let's go ahead and write out our factors. So we're going to say, I'm going to write it over here just so I have enough room. F of x equals, well, if you have a -1 as a factor, that's going to be an x, sorry, as a 0, it becomes x plus 1 as a factor. The 2 plus I and 2 minus I, well, this is going to become x minus, and then you're going to put in parentheses. Actually, you don't even have to put that in parentheses. How about we do this? Let's make it a little bit easier on you. How about you just write x minus 2 plus I and x plus, or sorry, minus 2 minus I is what we're going to do. So in fact, I'm even going to make it even prettier here. We're going to make it a little bit easier for you. There we go. That looks a little better. So what we must do though first though is we can't take x plus 1 times all this stuff. What we need to do is we need to FOIL or multiply everything that's over here. So we're going to have to, yes, do a lot of multiplying, and there is a shortcut. If you're interested in finding the shortcut, you need to come see me. But the shortcut, or actually the long way here, is going to entail taking x times all three terms over here, -2 times all three terms, and I times all three terms. So if we take x times x, we get an x squared minus 2x minus xi. So we're basically done with this x right here. Let's make it green. There we go. So let's take -2 times everything. So you have a -2x plus 4 plus 2i. So we are now done with this -2. So let's take this I times everything. So we're going to have a positive xi. We're going to have a -2i. And then we're going to have a -I squared. So let's simplify everything that's in your parentheses. All right. And you're going to notice that you're going to have a whole lot of stuff that's going to cancel out. So your x squared is not going to cancel out. But I'm going to mark it out once I add it because there's 9 terms here. So if you don't cancel stuff out, or if you don't put a mark through it showing yourself that you already added it, I would suggest doing that. So then we have a -2x. We have a -2x here, a -2x here, and no other 2x's. So we can mark out -2x, -2x, and we can say we have a -4x. Next up, I have a -xi. So we need to find another xi. Nope, nope. Oh, there's a positive xi. They cancel each other out. No i's there. Now I see I have a 4, so I'm going to see if I can add a 4 or anything else. No, not really. This may come in handy here in a little bit. So I'm going to put plus 4, and then, so that's gone. Now I have a 2i, which is going to cancel with this -2i. See ya? See ya? And then I have a -1i squared. So remember, your -I squared, your I squared is going to cancel and make this -1 a +1. Notice we have gotten rid of all of your i's. Ouch, that's got to leave a mark. Gotten rid of all your i's. That's the reason why we have to have your second 2 minus I here. So let's clean this up a little more. So I'm going to say x plus 1 times x squared minus 4x. Now this is going to end up being a plus 5. So we can now distribute everything through. So if we take a x times an x squared, I'm going to get x squared. X times a -4x gives me -4, sorry, this should be an x cubed. There we go. We get -4x squared when we multiply there, and then we get a 5x. Now I want to distribute my 1 through everything. 1 times x squared, well, that's just a 1x squared, so I'm going to put that underneath here. 1 times -4x, put that underneath my 5x. 1 times 5 is plus 5. So what I can do is just add these down, and do not forget about your f of x equals. If you don't have f of x equals, that's not going to be a function. So we add them down. We have an x cubed minus 3x squared plus an x plus 5. That is how you write your polynomial function if you have a lovely 2 plus, 2 minus.